Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the DTM Offline Championship. This is the Spanish Grand Prix race. We're here, and of course, you may hear that it's not Nicolas Gal who's speaking at the moment. It is George here. Of course, however, I'm not the only one here. Alongside me, who the person who's going to commentate the race with me is Aaron Curtis. So, after qualifying, Turwick took pole position. So, what do you think? What do you reckon is going to happen today? Do you think he's going to win?
Maybe. I think he could win today. He has a good chance.
Yes, he narrowly took it away from Rifki Fakhrizadeh and Raul Patel, second and third. So it's going to be very interesting to see who wins today. I'm looking forward to this race, obviously. So let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so here's the grid for those of you that don't know. Three out the top four former OC drivers. Raul Patel being the only one in there that's not, having raced in Formula E, I think it was last season.
Yeah.
So go through the rest of the grid. Bennett, Caranti, 5th and 6th. Jack Boyman, Robert Ionescu, Bobo, Adam Wolf, top 10. Rest of the order, De Rosa, Perez, 11th to 12th. William Duncan, Rodrigo Gomez, 13th and 14th. Roman Quark, 15th, and David Greer was 16th. Zachary Fitzwater, Virgin Vidrina, Nicholas Zorbach, Vico Hulst, and finally Aaron Curtis and Bartis Kloss. That's the grid. So what's the weather going to be like? This will be interesting. Okay, it's a dry race. I was in a way I was kind of hoping that it might be wet, but never mind. So, what's your prediction? Who's going to win, Aaron? Who do you think is going to win?
It could be either Rifki Fakhrizadeh or might use Turwick.
There's Turwick. Okie dokie. All right. So, as we look at the menu, which of course is the wrong track, and
Of
course this is, usually is most of the time, but this one is Interlagos. And obviously we're racing at Spain, although it's hold on. Oh,
that was crashed.
Game has crashed.
Interesting.
All right, so the race will be delayed just by briefly. So, and I can see what's going to happen now. When it gets restarted, it will probably be like wet conditions, probably.
It might be. Who knows?
Who knows? Yet. Who knows? Oh no, it won't be actually. I thought it might be different, but just seeing Flo just said, so that's fine. So hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are having a good day or have had a good day. But how's your day been, Aaron, as well? How's
it's been good.
Yeah, excellent. So, okay, got the YouTube stream up with Flo just loading up the game or loading up the race. Oh, okay, it's back on the chat. So, right, here we go.
Let's hope it doesn't do the same again.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's very rare that it does it first time, so I'd be surprised if it does it a second time. But let's just hope that white bar goes all the way to the end. Okay, so it's going to be a dry race, obviously, again. So it's going to be slightly shorter distance than F1. So it'll be interesting, obviously, strategy-wise, because, I mean, at this track anyway, as we saw in F1, it's not that easy to overtake. But who knows? And I don't imagine with the DTM cars it'll be easier, but who knows? Okay, here we go then. on the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. Mateus Turwick on pole position. So we now have the lights coming on. 5 lights are on and are underway. And it looks like Turwick's made a pretty good start as he heads up towards turn 1. Ricky Farquharson has fallen back a little bit, but he's going to keep second place. His car's moving all over the place. There's Caranti trying to take. Ooh,
Whoa,
I
that was
thought he was
close.
about to go into the. Yeah, it was. I thought he was about to go into Patel there, but he fortunately didn't. So far, they've all got through pretty cleanly. Zorbac's actually made a few positions actually from the start. He's made a pretty good getaway. So the Caranti made himself a good start. Looking through the rest of the order. So far, everyone squeaky clean. They come through. I'm trying to think of the order who's made a good and bad start. Greenwood's dropped a few places. Curtis, at the moment, unfortunately, still in 21st, but we've got 51 more laps to go. So as you look through at the moment, Caranti trying it on Patel. Nope, still not able to do it there. So we look through the rest of the order, and oh dear!
Oh, there goes 2 of us.
And there's Curtis, unfortunately, and Greenwood, and commentator's curse just happened.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was hoping for luck for Curtis.
Unlikely it's teammates that collide as well.
Teammates as well, yeah. That's what happened here. So from Curtis, did he get shunted from behind? I think he may have got hit from behind. I think. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Hit from behind by Kloss, so he has to pit. Very unfortunate incident there between the two, but it's always that corner as well that seems to cause crashes in any series. So already 2 cars out on the first lap. So at the moment, Turwick's got a bit of a lead over Farquharson second. Gabriel Gomez is side by side at the moment for P4, trying to get past Caranti, and he's done so. As we look through, I think there's another car making a move. Holst on the inside of that was Zorback, 17. Feel free to jump in when you need to, by the way.
I will.
But because I don't want to speak for the whole time, because I know you're still here. So
yeah, I know.
As you look through, so at the moment Turwick's already got a second lead over Farquharson, which makes me think that he might have low fuel. So there's quite a lot of laps in this one. Unfortunately, the Discord stream of quality for me anyway, I don't know what it's like for you, is not that great, so I can't quite tell what the fuel is for the cars. Is it good for you, or what? Or is it?
It's around the same, yeah.
Around the same. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. At the moment, Turwick is leading and he's extending at the moment. I would say probably. I mean, if you have good pace, the one stop could work. I mean, the 2-stop is the only other option, really. As Gomez is siding his way through, he's now alongside Patel for third place. Towards the corner. Oh, hang on. Discord. Discord screen.
Yeah, he probably passed him though, let's be honest.
I was looking on the YouTube stream, and he has got past him. It's just said in the Discord stream, it's loading up a bit, so I'm having to go by YouTube at the moment. By the way, Gomez on Patel, so he's up to third. So we'll see if he goes after.
There we go, we're back.
Okay, yeah, back. Okay, there we go. He has to go under pressure from Wolf. Look at Quark, who's on the back of William Duncan. Turwick is really extending the gap to Farquharson. It's already 2.3 seconds at this moment. So I think he must be on lighter fuel, I think. So I'm flicking between both this and the YouTube stream, because the YouTube stream's is quality at the moment. But Kloss will have his work cut out being at the back. Farquharson, he's got a bit of a gap to Gomez behind, but it depends how quickly Gomez can get past it. Patel, I thought he was under pressure there. Victor Bobo's on the back of Carenti here. He's on the inside for the first corner, and he's already passed him pretty easily there. Passed him, and Boyman makes a move as well. So does Wolf. Lots of overtaking already in this race. It's nearly 3 seconds. It is as Carenti all over the back of the Bobo, trying to get back past him. As De Ross is all over the back of him as well. So saw back as the
the car's still being pulled away. Yeah,
still being pulled away. So at the moment, I say at the moment it's looking good for Terwick, but there's still plenty of laps left to go, and if he does a 2-stop and he comes out in traffic, and many of them will probably be on 1, could be interesting to see. The yellow flag, I think they'll be out for probably, I reckon, about a lap or 2 more, and finally those cars will be pushed away. 2.8 seconds to Terwick at the moment. Farkazane is behind. Gomez is not really closing on Farkazane behind him. Gaffey's going up 2.9. Boyman now on the back of Carenti. And he's on the
flags
inside.
have gone, by the way.
Say again?
Yeah, the yellow flags are gone now.
Oh yes, yellow flag. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yellow flags are gone. So overtaking will be allowed through that corner. So Ionescu now under pressure from Quag. 2 ex-OC drivers battling here. Can't make it through that corner there. So as we look at Quag all over the back of Ionescu. France versus Romania there. Here's Boyman all over the back of, I think it's a bit of Victor Bobo. And he's backed off a little bit, so he's not going to try and make the move into the corner there, so he doesn't make it stick. Ionescu and Quag side by side. Does he do it? No, I don't think he does. And held them up and allowed, I think that is Duncan to close up behind him as well. Check the YouTube stream. It is it's Aaron who's the second commentator, Ennis. I lagged a bit, did I? It's probably down to my rubbish internet. That's probably what it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not the best in the room I'm in. As Quag does make it past Ionescu for 11th place. Boyman now all over the back of Patel, and he doesn't make it stick. So it's Quag now defending from Ionescu. Duncan close behind as well. There's Rodrigo Gomez. So let's see. I'm going to check the YouTube live stream. See if I quickly guess that. Just about. Yeah, Terwick. I'm just looking. He's got lit fuel, so he's definitely going to be on a 2-stop. So it only works as Boyman passes Patel for P5. P4, sorry. Patel goes down to P5. It will only work for Terwick if he doesn't get held up in traffic. So at the moment he's doing well, but as long as he doesn't get stuck in traffic, he will be okay.
Okay.
Extending the gap, it's now over the moment. Look. Bobo passes Patel for 5th place. So Patel, who's on heavy fuel, don't think that's really not a surprise there. Bobo up to 5th position. Terwick nearly 4 seconds ahead, so got to try and when he comes to pitting in around probably lap 15 or so, I've got to do some things in my head as Holst passes Perez for 15th. I've got to do quick calculations in my head of where he might come out, judging by the order, which won't be easy because my maths is not the greatest. I don't know about yours, but it's probably better than mine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Right. So look at Duncan trying to pass Inescu. Oh,
Contact. Saved
contact, but Duncan doesn't make the move. Stays behind Inescu. So let's look at the gap. So it's about 4.2115. Focus behind. Yeah, he definitely. I mean, if he pitted now, so he would. Oh, it's Boyman actually sets the fastest lap. Let's see, good lap. He was in P4. He was in P4, I think. So that shows the pace that he's got. Yeah. So at the moment, I think he'd come out outside the top 10 if he pitted now, Turwick. But he's still got a few laps until he has to pit yet. So as we look at him coming through the end of the first. Looking pretty good at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see. So Boyman actually is now on the back of Gabriel Gomez, having just set that fastest lap, and he's on light fuel as well. So this is going to be very interesting indeed with regards to strategies. As Boyman coming onto the back straight, all over the back of the Brazilian. He's going to go the inside. Does Gomez defend? Not really. So Boyman is up to third. So there we go. And now he'll go off to Rifki in front of him. That could help Boyman, I think. That could definitely help Boyman. Boyman. It could help Turwick if Farquharson and Boyman battle, but I don't know where Turwick's going to come out. I don't think any position is really going to be good unless he can actually overtake cars. So So the gap now down to 1.1. So he's coming, Boyman. He really is coming. So what do you think, Aaron? Do you think the 1 is going to be the better strategy, or do you think it will be the 2?
I think it'll definitely be the 2-stop, but that has the advantage over the 1-stop.
So it looks like Boyman and Turbo are going to be the ones that are going to be 2-stopping for sure. So the rest of them won't be. So it's going to be interesting indeed. So Boyman is now less than a second off Farquharson. The gap's 5 seconds now. So if they battle, that will be good for Turwick, but it just depends where he comes out. If he comes out actually ahead of the battle we're looking at right now, between Duncan and Ionescu, just made a mistake there. As Bennett's all over the...
And around he goes.
And
he's out.
Is he out?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yes, he is.
I've seen a wheel there.
Yep, he's missing a wheel, and he's dragging Quag along with him on the grass. And Quag now recovers onto the circuit. Oh, dear,
And it continues.
Continues, and it's not a great rejoin there. And as Boyman sits and Boyman has passed Farquharson, by the way. He's up in the second place, I've just seen. But as De Rosa has gone into the pits as Farquharson tries to get back at Boyman. So Bennett, unfortunately, is out. So let's have a look at the replay on that one. So did a kind of Joe Willis-esque move on the inside there, and unfortunately just clipped the edge of his car and spun. Wolf just got around. Oh, De Rosa was the one, sorry, who originally hit the car stranded on the track there. Hit Bennett, and then Quag, he so nearly snuck through there, Quag, but he got caught on the side of his car. So Quag, and then obviously it's this rejoin here, which was not ideal, and he hits the side of, it was Viggo Holt in the pink. So not good there from Quag. So I don't know if there'll be an investigation of that or not. I
mean, I will tell you one thing though. That Mazda is lucky to be alive as it is right now.
That is very true. He went around it, actually. That helped him. That actually helped him. The one car stopped, and then Holst went around the outside there. So that was that was tactical. That was clearly done to helped save the marshal there. So Boyman, this is the replay of him passing and you almost tried to get back at him and make it stick. So, and I did say that Ionescu had made a mistake. I just saw in the corner of the view coming through. He goes onto the gravel and doesn't lose a position though. Keeps it ahead of Duncan, but as I think, I don't know if that was Boyman's hit the fast lap or not, but anyhow, so De Rossa obviously having to pit to repair the damage. Bennett, of course, out. So I would imagine fairly soon, I think Terwick and possibly Boyman as well are going to box. De Rossa goes on a lot of fuel, so he'll obviously be pitting, I think probably twice more before the end. Here's Fitzwater on the back of Perez for P12. Doesn't make it through there. So I wonder actually if Boyman's actually closing on Terwick out in front. You should see what the gap is now. It was about 5 seconds before Boyman into turn 1. So you see, there is no investigations. I can't remember if there was or not. Only yellow flags. Okay, fair enough. That explains that. So Bennett's car is going to a different.
It's going to a different. Yeah.
Oh
my sweet Jesus!
Oh my. Okay, I've never seen that before. I was just about to say he was going to a different planet, and well, wherever he was going, they clearly didn't want him there. I've never seen that before. I did notice he was going under the grass, but then just suddenly pops out of nowhere like a, and then lands upside down. What a bizarre incident that is.
Yeah.
I love the bit of debris also sticking out there. So there was there or something like that. Never seen that. But anyhow, back to the action. So I wonder if we'll probably have a yellow flag in that zone, well, for most of the race, unless they can get away. Well, it looks like it's still being pushed away somewhere. So the gap, it's 5 seconds. So is it going to be closer? Oh, he's definitely closing, Boyman. He's definitely closing to Terwick. So at the moment, so Boyman is going to come back into this as Wolf. I mean, if Terwick comes out ahead of Duncan, that would be good for him. But I don't think the gap is big enough at this moment in time, particularly with the fact that Boyman is also closing him down. Checking the times, but what's the gap? It's quite a few seconds as Boyman sets yet another fastest lap on 22.0. So he's quick, is Boyman. So I wonder if he'll catch up to Terwick shortly before the stop. But Bennett's car still being pushed. Oh, now it's back. Now it's finally being pushed away.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is. And Bennett's gone to dig some gold. Yes, that is definitely what he was doing there, Ennis. So gap's now down to 4.2 between Boyman and Terwick. So Ricky at the moment on his own in third. He's got Gomez behind, I think he's definitely getting closer. He's definitely getting closer. It's less than a second now. The yellow flag has actually gone now, so that has been sorted. I think that was the we have seen that kind of incident before, not in DTM though. It happened in GP4 OC race in, I think it was Hockenheim 2006, I believe it was, where a car just randomly flipped on its own. It was Boyman pits. So I mean, I guess you could say he's trying the undercut. I mean, I guess on Terwick, but to see. So, question is, where does he come out as Wolf passes Caranti? Does he come out in clear air? The answer is...
don't think he would.
He might come out a little bit of clean air as long as he comes out ahead of this car.
He has.
So that was Xavi Perez, sorry. So I think that's not too bad for him. So Turek will be pitting in a few laps' time as well. That was important, I suppose. But as I said, he will have to deal with traffic. So we'll see if it does work or not. No, yes, Zach, you missed GP4.
At its best.
Yeah, at its best, precisely, at its best. As we look at Duncan in P8, Gomez in P9, Ionescu is Boyman already on the inside of Ionescu. Doesn't make it stick, so he'll get it done probably on the front straight. Will be the next time he does it. So Gomez in third. Is he close to the back of? Always Turwick is in. So he will come out in front, obviously, I would imagine. We'll see. So he joins. 7 seconds. And as we've got... Oh, it's a yellow... Oh, my word. Oh, what's... Oh, it's Boyman. Oh, it's Boyman.
Oh, you tried to make a move on Ionescu and it didn't work, clearly.
And it's paid the price, so that's handed it...
Yep.
That's handed the initiative. I'm not going to say the race to Turwick, but it's handed the initiative to Turwick there. Boyman's out. I don't think...
Host also in the pits. Did something happen to him while this was all happening? Must have been.
Mistake by Ionescu coming into the chicane there. Goes up... Oh, he is out. He lost the wheel going over the curb and right in front of Boyman as well. Oh my goodness.
I probably would have lost the same wheel anyway. That's Boyman is into him.
It's a weird incident as well. I've never seen car make a mistake at that chicane before. But well, so I suppose it is a different version of circuit, but even so. So Boyman. Oh, Boyman. So he got hit from behind by... Oh, it was Viggo Holst. Was it? Yeah.
My guess was correct then.
Yep, you were correct. So Holst had to go into the... Lucky the pictures right there, but... Wow, okay, so that's good news for Turwick then. So, I said at the moment, I'm not going to say the race is his, because there's plenty of the race still to go, but at the moment it's in his hands, pretty much. It's in his hands.
Yeah.
Right now. So Ionescu and Boyman out, so that is now down to 18 cars. So Turwick is in 7th, and he's in clear air as well, actually. He's got about 9 seconds, I think, to Caranti in front of him, so as Ionescu's car has gone underground as well. It's a thing at this track, obviously. So Hartgreaves leads at this moment in time. Gomez is close behind, not close enough to make the move though. It's down to 7/10 of a second as he heads down towards the first corner. And yeah, time to get a new track for next season. Yeah. But fine. Yeah. No, I said I've never seen an instant a car go off at the final chicane before. It's quite unusual, but so these guys will be battling for, or I should say battling. They'll be out on the track though for quite a few laps, so probably that'll be the time by the time Turwick gets to them, I reckon, depending on depending on the pace. But Boyman could have been the favourite for the win. But unfortunately it's not happened. At the moment, just looking at this battle between Hargreaves and Gabriel Gomez, 7/10 it has pretty much been like that for the last few laps really. So we're on YouTube to see if it's better there, although actually from my point of view it's not. So I can't quite tell what lap we're on because
more contact.
Oh, more contact. There's a car off, and he's just absolutely pummeled the wall there. As Wow. Okay.
Intense AI moments has happened, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
wow. just the way he just turned into his car there. So that is that's Zorbak, isn't it? Yeah, Zorbak is out. So Zorbak is out. So he made contact with the back of Vadrina, who, oof, look at that, nearly goes into the back of the car in front there, and then De Rossa comes through. He could have avoided. He turned left, and he's like, "No, I'll go right," and just takes him out there. So I mean, that pretty much eliminated any chance he's got of any points from this race because he has to hit, I think, again. But yeah, my goodness, that was very very bizarre incident. Yeah, this track is it really is cursed. We've had cars going under the track. We've had someone just taking out another one.
Ines, he's just entered another planet at this stage. Just don't
Yep,
mind him.
yeah, just leave him be. I mean, this race is chaotic. I don't know what's going on at the moment in time. But what we do know is Vauclain's still leading from Gomez behind in second. So Terwick is, how far is he behind? He's closing up. He's now just 12.5 seconds off the lead. So obviously he's closing on these guys being on fresher tyres. So I think, I'm trying to think, I mean, if he closes up, I mean, Gomez has got quite a few laps till he pits. And I think Vauclain does as well, but I don't think it's quite as many as Gomez. If you guys could tell me in the chat, just because the quality on both my streams, well, it's low, particularly low on my YouTube, because otherwise it won't. Otherwise it lags quite a bit. But if you could just tell me the fuel they had, just so it helps me, that would be great. So as we look at Farkazane, I mean, Gomez is he's just edging closer and closer and closer and closer, just by just that like half a tenth almost each lap at the moment. So they come through towards the end of the second sector. So apparently, I think Joe said, I think the yellow flags for Rob have gone. The yellow, he said in the chat. So so the chat, and yes, unfortunately, Rob. Well, you did, and yes, you took off. You went to another planet, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So at the moment, not too much action happening. Turek obviously is closing on the back of Carantes now, down to 3.8. So I hope that Caranti will go into the pits before he closes up to him, so he doesn't get held up as much. But the gap, down another tenth, now down to 0.4 of a second. So the gap's getting closer and closer and closer. And right, so Ebobo's about 2 seconds behind, so he's not closing up. Behind Terwick is 11 seconds off the lead, so it's still a fair bit off the lead. But I said if these guys battle to slow them down, like I was saying, if he's close enough, he could make a move into turn 1. So we'll see if he decides to do that or not. As we look to coming through the final chicane, and don't know if he's close enough. I'm not sure. I think he might just about be in his slipstream.
I think he is actually.
I don't think it's, no, he's not quite close enough into the first corner, but he's getting closer every lap. He gains almost like half a tenth almost every lap. So it'll be interesting to see what he gets to coming into the first sector. So would it be 3:10? Yes, it will be. Yes. exactly a second, sorry, a tenth as well. So he's now closer than he's ever been before, behind Farkazane. So, I mean, this could technically still be the battle for the win, as long as Turwick doesn't get up too close to this. He's still quite a way off from that stop. So, I mean, they don't want to battle too much though. So, as he's shaping up for movers, Farkazane defends. It's now down to just a 10. And Ibobo's not that far either.
And the offense is about to go.
Yep. Finally gets taken away, so the other flag there will be going soon, which is now.
And there we go.
It's gone. So now Gomez is on the back of Rifki Farkazane, and he must be in his slipstream this time. Well, he definitely is. He definitely is. So
yeah,
here we go into turn 1, and Gomez is gonna move to the inside. Farkazane does move over, but a bit too late, and Gomez has done it. He takes the lead of the race from Rifki Farkazane there. A good move. I'm surprised Farkazane didn't put up that much more of a fight, to be honest. I thought he would. He moved a bit too late to try and defend there, but Gomez now takes the lead of the Grand Prix. So 20 is up to 5th, so I think has someone gone into the pits? Oh yeah, Adam Wolf has gone into the pits. And he's just come out on the track in 10th position. So just in front of Zachary Fitzwater there. Quag's in the pits as well, as Farkazane is actually still sticking with Gomez at the moment, so this fight is definitely not over. And I feared there was going to be contact there, but there wasn't, fortunately. And Wolf, he's dropped behind Fitzwater, because I'm pretty sure Fitzwater was in front of him. So I think Fitzwater has passed Wolf on the track, at the pits there, and yet here it was. Good move by Fitzwater on the inside. Now, so Wolf now try to get back past Fitzwater. It's not what he wanted to be overtaken by Fitzwater. And yes, Felix. Do I really sound that different? I mean, hopefully I sound better than I did before. As here's Turwick making a move on Caranti, and he makes it stick. He's now back into the top 5. He's got Patel in front of him. He's going to overtake, I'd imagine, in a lap or two's time. So I'd be interested to see what the gap is between front. So Huxley's still just behind Gomez. So it's 1 second, 4 seconds Patel to Ibobo. So Turwick's 1 behind. So he's about, I think, 7 or 8 seconds behind the leader, which is Gomez. So he needs Gomez and Fox to be battling more, as Kloss is in as well. So we're on lap, I think it is, can't quite tell actually. I think we're in the 20s now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Is that 21? I believe it is. I think we're on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And we look at Wolf trying to make a move on Fitzwater, and there's contact there, but Wolf gets through.
Yeah, he's looking to escape without damage.
Yeah, yes, he is very lucky indeed. And here is Turwick actually caught up to Patel quicker than I thought, and passes him for P4. I honestly thought Patel was about to make contact with Turwick's car there. I really did, but Turwick managed to get the move done for P4. So now he's got a little bit of clear air in front of him. It was about 4 seconds the gap to Ibobo. So stand normal George, more quality. Thanks, Flo. It's good to hear. Right, so the gap. So Gomez has extended the gap to Farkazane now to 1.4, and Ibobo is closing to the back of Farkazane as well. and I think actually Turbic is the next car. So I couldn't see the gap, what the gap was, but and Turbic he's not that far away, so he'll close up as Ibowo actually is pitting this lap, so he'll have even more clear air for Turbic. So it's working for him at the moment. So I think just trying to see, it's 52 laps this race, isn't it? I believe, if I can tell from the stream quality. Give me a second. And yes, it is. It's 52 laps. Like I thought. So Bobo has come out on the track, I think, in clear air as well, as De Rossa is into the pits as well. So 52 laps. De Rossa. Finally the quality's picked up in Discord now, so I can actually tell what the fuel and laps is. So that's a bit of a relief. So De Rossa does go to the end, so he's on quite a lot of fuel. So Turwick, he's definitely closing on the front two. And he's going to be pitting, and quality just dipped a little bit again, but he's going to be pitting in a few laps' time. So he obviously will go to the end on the stop. So Gomez is going, I think, quite long. So I'm actually quite interested to see how this turns out, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure who's going to win here. I think Foxley's still in it at the moment, but I'd say Turwick's still the favourite at this moment in time. As long as he keeps up the pace that he's got, then I think he'll be all right.
Someone's coming in this lap, I think.
He's coming in. Yeah, you're right, and it was William Duncan who's coming in.
Okay.
So he's running in 6th at the moment. But he will pit for, I believe it will probably be his only stop, I think. I don't know. I think about not quite halfway through the race yet. So I think he could go to the end. De Rossa is, but some will probably choose not to. Gomez extending the lead to Farquhar-Zane, now up to 2.2. The gap to Turwick is 5 seconds. So see, I think Turwick does need to get his game on a little bit. I think because Farquhar-Zane obviously clearly doesn't have the pace that Gomez has. So it's going to be interesting to see Gomez, who I think he's leading the standings, I believe. If someone can just remind me who's leading the standings, or at least the top 3, that would be much appreciated. As Duncan comes in for a stop, so see if he goes to the end or not. As he comes in, and does he go to the end? Yes, he does. A lot of fuel, but it'll be enough for the end. Oh, as Wolf passes Xavi Perez. I don't know how pronounced it is, Javi or Xavi, but either way, Duncan comes out in 12th. Perez tries it back on Wolf, but doesn't get through. So let's look to the end of the first sector at the moment. So it'll be interesting what the gap is up front. If Turwick is still closing in on the front 2. So I imagine the gap will probably be under 5 seconds by now. But the question is about how much is it? So as we look, and speaking of Gomez, Rodrigo Gomez is coming in, not Gabriel Gomez, so he comes into the pits. He is obviously Farquhar-Zane's teammate, so in he comes. I'd imagine he'll go to the end as well. So let's see. And yes, he does. So we're pretty much just about at the halfway point of this race. So at the moment, Gomez leads, Fox second, Towick third. What the gap now? It's 3 seconds. Towick actually. Here is Towick, who actually always pitting this lap as he passes Farquharson. So I didn't realize
He's wasting no time out there, that's for sure.
So he passes Farquharson, but he's pitting this lap. So now this could be very interesting because Gomez is going for, well, both these guys are going for quite a few more laps. But at the moment, Farquharson's not got the pace. But so this. I mean, I suppose this pit stop could technically decide the race. I think. So, Gomez is in as well. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Now we do have a race on our hands. So Gomez is coming to the pits this lap as well. So Towick is going to have to fight with Gomez on the track now for the win. So that is very interesting as well. So as Gomez does come out ahead of Towick, and Bobo is coming ahead of Towick as well. So that's not good for Towick at this moment in time. So it looks like Gomez is in the ascending position at the moment. So do you think Gomez will still win, or do you think Towick?
I think he has a chance, yeah. Pretty sure he does have a chance anyway.
But Towick needs to get past Gomez. Not Gomez. We need to get past Ibobo, sorry, ASAP. So I think I just saw a car pitting there. That was Caranti. Third is pitting this lap. As Towick is on the back of Ibobo. So he's not close enough to make it here, but he's going to probably make it, I would say, on the front stretch. He's now less than 4/10 behind. So he comes through. So he's going to be surely in his slipstream on the front straight. So he comes through. He's definitely very close. So I'd imagine he'd be in the slipstream. Is he? I'm not sure. I think he might just about be. I think he is, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move. And the answer is he isn't. Into the first corner. So as Caranti has come out of the pits as well. As Caranti comes out in 9th. In clear air as well. Behind Zachary Fitzwater as Towick is now all over the back of Ibobo, and he needs to make it now if he wants to fight with Gabriel Gomez. But I would say probably not. Don't rule out Rivki Farquharson yet. I would say don't rule him out yet. I think he's still, even though his pace isn't good right now, he'll pit and he'll have fresher tires for the end. Has he done it?
Pretty sure he has now.
Has he?
No, not yet.
Is he going to hang around the outside?
No.
No, he isn't. So this isn't good for Towick at the moment. Gomez is the favourite. As I said, I'm not going to count out.
Yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag. And who
in the same corner as always.
Oh, and that's Vedrina, who's around again. So he rejoins, and hasn't got any damage. So, oh no, he did. I was going to say, got just a tap left behind by William Duncan, the American there, just bumps him out of the way there. So ruthless, but he got the job done. With Vedrina, he loses positions as Towick now passes Ibobo for 4th. But he's lost a ton of time to Gomez in front of him. You can see the gap to Gomez, so he's lost a lot of time there. He could still easily get it back, but at this moment in time, he needs to really put the pedal to the metal. So Farquharson, he's 6.4 ahead of Patel, 10 behind Gomez is 10 behind Vettel, so that's about 16 seconds, obviously. But at the moment, they'll come out quite a fair bit ahead at the moment. But as I said, Foxney will be on fresher tyres than all of these guys, so he could easily close up. But I'd say you probably have to pit in the next lap or so, just to be sure that he can close up the gap in the remaining laps. So through.
Ah.
Oh really? So he's, oh, okay. Wow, that's I see. That's interesting. So Towick, okay. So I guess that eliminates Towick from winning the race then. So it's pretty much between Gabriel Gomez and I guess Rifki Farkazane, I would say, for the win in that case. So that is very interesting indeed. So as Caranti passes Perez for 7th into the first corner. I think it's the first time. I think it's the first time there's ever been a three-slot strategy in DTM. I don't think I've ever seen it in any race before. As far
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was going to say that as well. Ferguson was going to go into the pits at the end of this lap as well.
So this is going to be interesting. So he'll obviously come out behind Gomez and Terwick, and I imagine ahead of a Bobo as well. But obviously he'll be on the freshest tyres out of the top three. So Farkazane comes in, and so he will go to the end. So, I mean, I do feel sorry for Terwick though. I mean, he led at the start, and I thought the two-stop would be the way to go, but in fact he did it doing a three-stop, which no one expected. An unexpected turn of events there. So Terwick actually does. Farkazane does come out. Does he come out in clear air? He comes out in 6th, so he does come out in a bit of clear air. Yes, he's a bit behind Wolf, but he's in clear air at the moment. As Patel is pitting this lap as well. So we'll see the pace that he has towards the end of the race. Look. Only 20 laps to go, still plenty of time for events to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, I think it really is the first stop. Yeah, I think it is. I don't think in all the seasons we've had 2010, first time in 7 seasons we've had a three-stop strategy. Well, as they say, there is a first for everything. So Patel coming through the final chicane, and he will pit now. So I didn't see. Remind me, guys, in the chat if Bobo and Wolf have to pit again or not. Because if they don't, then Farkazane will have to pass them both. So as Patel comes in, goes to the end. 5.9, quick stop. And so he come out in the points, but drops down to 7th. So he's going to come out in 7th, but ahead of Perez. So in the point. So there we go. We'll go to the end. And to look through. Over in 3rd. And the gap to Wolf is about 2.9 seconds. So obviously Terwick, 2.5. I think he is gaining actually. I think on Katrina's off again for about the 6th time this race. And
he actually kept it this time.
Kept it together. Kloss rejoins, but he's pretty much in last position. So tried to launch it down inside there. Don't think it was really on particularly, but Katrina rejoins just ahead of Hulse there, but keeps the place. And yeah, Terwick obviously is gaining on Gomez for the lead, but of course he'll be pitting before the end. So I do really feel sorry for him though, because he definitely would have been in for the shout of a win. And there we are. As we look at Hulse and Vidrina battling, and Hulse, does he make it stick? Yes. Oh, and Vidrina gives him a little tap there, coming through the corner there, as Duncan and Fitzwater are battling for night position. I feel sorry for Fitzwater if he finished just outside of the points again, because I think the first race he finished 8th, but he got a time penalty and dropped down to 9th. The last race I think he finished 9th as well, but he's now dropped down to 10th, as Farkazane is all over the back of Wolf, so he's showing his improved pace. Excuse me. As Farkazane all over the back of Wolf. Is he going to make the move? Is he going to the inside? No, he doesn't. Just going to have a quick drink, so just give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Right. So now Farkazane is on the inside of Wolf, down the front straight. And he looks set to make the move on the inside for P4. I've just seen a car in the pits. I think that was Perez, as Farkazane moves up to 4th position, which will be 3rd when Turwick pit. So Perez on the 2. And in the pits he comes. So he's I think that's quite 8.2. So there we go. And a Wolf didn't need to pit again, but that doesn't matter because Fox had already got past him. So Perez rejoins in P14 just ahead of Adrina, although judging by how the race has gone, that's the one person he doesn't want to come out just ahead of. At least he hasn't come out behind him, you know, so Fitzwater now in his favourite position, P9, under pressure from Quag behind in 10th. And Quag in the inside. Does he make it stick? No. I was expecting Fitzwater, as he actually is pitting this lap, to defend to the inside there. I was thinking there might be an incident, but fortunately there wasn't. So Fitzwater comes in. He slows the car coming through that chicane because that pit entry is very awkward. So Quag now under pressure from the car behind him of Rodrigo Gomez for night position. Gomez on the inside. And has he got it? Yes. Good move. So Fitzwater comes in the final time. And
Another guy was planning on pitting there, if I've seen that correctly.
No, yeah, he didn't have enough fuel to go to the end, so he had quite a lot of fuel left to go before he pitted, but he just had to go quite early as Perez gets in front of Hulst. So Vidrina comes in as well for another stop. He'll, of course, be going to the end as well. So Turwick, obviously, again, closing up to Gomez, but he'll be pitting fairly soon, I would think. So I think he's just trying to see how close he can get to Gomez, and then he'll probably pit, I would imagine. But at the moment, Gomez is still leading, and he's keeping the gap, so the one stop for him has worked. So for Farkazane, he's in P4. I wonder if he's getting close to Victor Boba. I didn't actually realise the gap, but it is quite large. So Farkazane is on fresher tyres, but if he wants to well, catch up, I suppose, to Gomez. He has his work cut out for sure. Fitzwater now on the back of the pink Mercedes of Big O House, with the two Mercedes cars battling each other. So Hoxane, he's less than 2 seconds off actually of Bobo, so he's not that far. If you look at this cool camera angle, quite like this, a bit like what they have in IndyCar.
Yeah.
As it's what it does make it through on Hulse. So he moves up into P13. So he'll attempt to go after Perez in front of him. So at the moment, Vadrina's still on the lead lap. I thought he'd actually been lapped already, but he hasn't, in fact. So Terwick coming up to Gomez. But I suppose it'll technically all be for naught, as I can see Ibobo and Farkazane in the background. And Farkazane is definitely closing to Ibobo, so the gap is just a second between Terwick and Gomez now. So if Terwick pits, he'll come out around about, I think P7, P7, as his Patel battling for P6. nearly contact between him and Karanti there. But I think that's where Terwick would come out, about where this battle is occurring here. Karanti is struggling to hold off Patel, who obviously is on fresher tyres than him. One of the last ones on the one stop to pit. So as Patel comes around onto the back straight, the gap now just less than a second between Terwick and Gomez. As Patel, does he get it done side by side? No, he'll have the line. Will Karanti, so he does keep a sixth position there, but for how much longer will he keep it? As Foxane is now on the back of Ibobo for third. He's not quite in the slipstream onto the straight there. And if we look at Farkazane, Patel, he's not close enough on the straight to make the move on the back of him. So he's going to have to wait until probably the back straight to make a move on him. Excuse me. As now Farkazane is on the back of Ibobo for third here. So Ibobo does move to the left. And Farkazane is now going to be right in the slipstream. So will he make the move here? He needs to make it. Is he going to make it now? Is he going to swap to the left? Yes, he does, but not enough there to make the move. Now it's Patel and Karanti once again going at it. Patel backs out of it. Doesn't decide to make the move on the inside there. So that battle continues. Now Rifki is right behind Ibobo coming onto the front stretch. Terwick is also fairly close behind Gomez as well, just 7/10 in it there. And so Farkazane, I think he's going to try and make it move here. Yes, he's on the inside, and I think he's going to get it done. And yes, he does. So he's up into third, which will be second when Terwick pits. I'm not going to keep repeating that over and over, because I imagine Terwick won't be particularly happy about me mentioning it a lot, because I think he's in the chat. As Patel on the back of Karanti, still can't do it there. So he's got to wait once again. So as here is Terwick and Gomez, the battle for the lead. So I wonder how much Farkazane could close up to Gomez. Well, I think he needs Gomez and Terwick to be battling if he wants to close up a lot. I mean, he's got, I think, about 10 laps plus to do it. As Patel's on the inside. Nope. Backs out of it again. So, and Terwick comes in. So there we go. So he comes in, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. So At the moment, Gomez leads. Farkas will move up to second. Bobo will be third. It's a tough ask, but do you think Ibobo, sorry, not Ibobo, do you think Farkas will close up to Gomez before the end?
I think he possibly could, maybe.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, but so let's see where Towick comes out. So he does come out, yes, in P7 like I expected, so he'll be behind that battle of Karanti and Patel, so he'll be on fresh tyres more than anyone else, as Patel once again tries it on Karanti. He still can't do it, and that will allow Towick to catch up. As we look at these two battling, they've been battling for the last few laps. Just give me a second. Excuse me. I really should have opened my my window next to me, so this room isn't so hot and dusty. That was definitely a mistake, as Patel still can't make it on the inside of Karanti there. Here's Kloss and Vigor Holst battling for 40. Still no move. And let's see. So what's the gap? So couldn't see what it was 9.7. So gap. So here's Patel. Surely he's got to get it done here. And oh, it looks like it's just absolutely stream past. So he's finally up into the top 5. Here's Patel. Here is Kloss and Holst for P14. So I think Turwick definitely is going to close up to Karanti and Patel. Well, certainly Karanti. I think he could easily get up to Patel. So I don't know what the gap is between Patel and whoever's in 4th place. I don't actually know who's in 4th place. So wait till it comes around. It is... Oh, it's Adam Wolf who's in 4th place. So gap is 1.2. So yeah, so I think Patel could actually get P4 here, and Karanti. I reckon Karanti could get top 4 here. Not Karanti. Turwick can still get top 4 here if he's 2 seconds behind Karanti. So if he gets him done quickly, he could easily close up to... Well, I don't know about if we're close to Patel or not, but I think at the very least, I think he'll get top 5, Turwick. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely a top 5, that's for sure.
Here's Patel actually already on Wolf, so this move might be done very quickly. And yep, he's up into P4, just like that. So I don't know what the gap is between Patel and Ibobo. Quite wait till it comes next time around. There's Ibobo, so the gap is... So that's so it's 3.9 to Farkas, so Farkas extending that. I think Patel actually could get the podium here, I think. Ibobo's not that far away. So we could still see a few battles for positions at the end of this race. So so it looks like Gomez at the moment, keyword there is safe in P1, but so Patel already getting away from Wolf very quickly, 1.4. Yeah, Boba's not that far, so I definitely think Patel could get P3, definitely could get the podium. I'm not sure about Farkas though, who isn't really closing on Gomez that much. He's down to 9 seconds, and is coming down a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough as De Bros on the inside, and well, no, he doesn't pass Quark there. So, and here is actually Karanti's passing Wolf as well, actually, for P5. So Karanti's on the inside, and he makes it stick. So Turwick there in the background, he's not actually closing up on them as quickly as I expected him to be honest. I thought he'd close up a little bit quicker. But at the moment, Patel It's less than 5 seconds. I definitely think he could get a Boba by the end. That is for sure. I think at the moment, Park Hussein, don't think he's going to get up to Gomez. I know it's 8.7, but I don't think it is going to be enough as De Rosa passes Quag through the corner there. It's down to 8.5 now, actually. So Quag, I think, did a bit of a lock up there, so that allowed De Rosa to get through. So Patel P3, I think, is definitely on the cards, since Turwick is finally catching up to the back of Wolf. Yeah, I don't think the top 2 is going to change. But I definitely think the 3rd to 5th is going to be is not going to be the same at the end, I don't think. So as we look at Turwick now on the back of Wolf on the front straight, and he's already going alongside Wolf just very, very quickly indeed, as we look at this lovely rotating camera as Turwick goes by on the inside. So he's up into 6th position. So he's got Caranti just ahead of him. So I think he'll get Caranti, but I don't think he'll get Patel, because I think Patel's pretty quick and he'll catch up to a Bobo. But if those 2 battle, then he could still catch up possibly. But so who have you got for the 3rd? Ibobo, Patel, or Caranti, or Turwick? What do you reckon?
I think he'll be Victor Ibobo gain 3rd. Seems to be in the 3rd position, in the 30 position by this stage.
Yes, I think it'll be tough, but I think he could do it. There's not that many laps to go. Let's see.
Should be about 7 by now, I think.
Right. So the gap at the front, Park Hussein, is closing, but it's not going to be enough. It's down to 8 seconds. So Turwick is obviously closing on Caranti in front of him. I think he'll get Caranti. I don't think he'll get Patel, though, because Patel will be getting Bobo. So, seeing this one. So the race, of course, next race, of course, will be a new circuit on the OC calendar. It will be Misano in Italy. I've never seen the track on GP4 before, actually, so I have no idea how that's going to go. So that will be very interesting to see. So it'll be a new track for everyone as well. I don't think it's been on the calendar before, I believe. If my memory serves me correctly. So at the moment, so the gap is definitely coming down between Ibobo and Patel for 3rd. Patel, actually, I think I just saw in the split second it was there, is definitely closing. Yeah, he's right there now. So Turwick obviously closing on Caranti, so we've not got many laps to go. So I think Ibobo is going to be under a lot of pressure here to keep 3rd position. But Patel could overtake and get his first podium in the DTM. So be interesting to see as they come through towards the first corner. Turns 1, 2, and 3. Gomez again. The gap Huxley is coming down, but needs to be a lot more than that each lap. As now Turwick is all over the back of Caranti. Going to go the inside and doesn't make it stick. It's blocked. Good defense there from the Argentine. So Patel, he is right behind Ibobo now in front. It's now about 4/10. And yep, here it is. So Patel, he's not quite close enough here, is he? Nope. In the slipstream, but not quite there. So as Turwick on the inside. Oof. I really thought there was going to be contact there. Fortunately, there wasn't. Pedrina and Holst battling for 15th position. Vettel right behind Bobo now on the front straight. So look at this battle for 11th position. Farquharson there. Lots of car, lots of movement. As Patel's on the inside, here it is. And he's through, so good move. And Toic might be through as well.
Yep.
And he is through. So I think Toic, now that Patel's got past Iboba, I think Toic could get Iboba as well, I believe. I think he will. What do you think?
Yeah, he probably will.
He will. I don't think he'll get Patel. I think Patel's probably a bit too quick, but I definitely think he'll get Iboba for 4th. So as we look at Perez on the inside of his fellow Frenchman Quag for 12th position. So Fitzwater in 30th at the moment. Farquharson is closing. It's down to 6.9, but as I said, it won't be enough. But it depends, actually. It'd be interesting to see, because we saw Gomez coming up to some traffic ahead. So we'll see if that holds him up a lot or not. So the gap as Patel is 10 seconds off, so he's still not going to get Farquharson for 2nd place. Only 5 laps to go of the Spanish Grand Prix in the DTM. As we look at Fitzwater all over the back of Quag, doesn't make it through there. So you have to wait until the front straight to do. So Gomez at the moment comfortably in the lead. So just needs to keep it cool, calm, and collected for these last few laps until the end. So Toic, the gap is about one second off Iboba, or 1.5 seconds off as Fitzwater passes Quag for 13th. So to look at Fitzwater, who makes it through into 12th. So Gomez obviously will retain his championship lead. He will extend it, of course. Because it's interesting this season, they've got the point for pole position, so it will still be a good result for Rivki Farquharson. He'll still score 9 points. Originally 8, but since he got pole position, he'll get 1 more point. So it's again, it's down to 6.3. He is coming down, but it's still not going to be enough. And now here's Toic for P4, and he's going to be on the inside. And he's through. So he got that done pretty quickly. And I mean, Toic actually technically is still on fresh tyres. So I wonder, P3 for Toic?
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's gonna be close, I reckon. We'll see. See if my prediction comes right. So Perez comes through on the inside and moves up into 10th position past De Rosa. So Duncan 8th there, so at the moment he'll complete points. He's down to 6 seconds. Here is the battle for pretty much the battle for last position at the moment. So Katrina on the inside. And so he is going to make the move 14th position into the first corner. And he does so. So Gomez actually now laps Viggo Holst in the Mercedes there. The gap now down to 5.8. So Farquharson, he's definitely closing a bit, but we've only got 3 laps left, so I don't think it's going to happen. Toic, Patel. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you're probably right on that one. I don't think he's going to get him before the end. So I think Patel, as long as he keeps it safe on the road, will keep the position. So of course this is the 3rd round of the season, I believe. I wonder if Carenti will get a Bovo, actually. That's a good point, actually. Don't know about that. Bovo, that's 21 seconds behind. What's the far behind? Is Caranti, and he is the just when it swaps over. I mean, Caranti's not that far, but don't think so. Don't think it's gonna. Don't think I'll have enough time. Probably go down to the last lap, I think. Although the gap is coming down actually, so you never know. Could still get him at the end. So just 2 laps left of this race, and so it's going to be interesting to see what the standings will be after this round. But Gomez obviously will retain his lead. This is the 3rd round of the season, I believe. So still got over 10 races left to go. So anything can easily happen in this season. So Garanti's definitely closing up to the back of Ibobo. And so there could still be a battle for the top 5, the last position there as well. And I think you can see actually, I don't know who's got the fastest lap. And odds 11 races, yes. So I don't know who's actually got the fastest lap. I think was it still Jack Boyman who got the fastest lap? Not entirely sure.
I think it would be, yeah.
Yeah, because he was quite quick, so I think it was still him. As I thought for a second then Farquharson was close behind Gomez, but of course that's not what's happened there. So Farquharson's caught Holst at the worst possible time, really, coming into the chicane. Worst possible place, as he does make it around the outside, so there we go. And so, yeah, I don't think Toewick's going to get Patel, as we're now on the final lap of this race. So Garanti actually is now on the back of Ibobo, so we could still see a battle for P5 there. So, on the final lap, so for Gomez, the one stop for him has worked out pretty well. Pace was good. He got past Rifki Farquharson, which allowed him, of course, to get the gap he needed. And of course, with Toewick, who could have battled him for the win, unfortunately, due to the strategy he was on a 3-stop, it wasn't the right one. As here's Caranti on the back. Is he going to make it through here on a Bobo?
That was close.
He's almost pushing him through the corner there, nearly. Bumper to bumper. So, as we look at Gabriel Gomez coming towards the end of the lap, the gap obviously up to 6.2 due to Farquharson being held up in that traffic. But a good race for Gomez. It's been a pretty good start to his DTM career so far. So, it looks like he is going to take the victories. We look at Caranti once again on the back of the Bobo. And
there it
and
goes.
nope, that's over and done with. Done and dusted. Caranti goes off.
Oh, he doesn't hit the wall.
He doesn't hit the wall. He won't lose position because the gap to Wolf is quite big. As Gabriel Gomez has won the Spanish Grand Prix here in the DTM OC. Well done. A great performance. We're pretty chuffed with that one. So well done to him. So he wins. Rifki Farquharson in 2nd position. So Holst comes on 16th. Patel does take 3rd. First podium of the season. Toewick 4th. What could have been for him, leading for the first half of the race. Ibobo, he'll take 5th after that battle with Caranti. So Caranti's still finishing in 6th because of that, because of the gap they had to Wolf. So he'll still be pretty happy with that. Caranti's 6th, Wolf in 7th, and William Duncan completing the points in 8th. To look at Rodrigo Gomez, who just holds off Perez to 9th, Fitzwater in 11th, De Rosa 12th, across the line, and look at the Seals at Quad comes through in 13th, Vidrina 14th, coming through the final chicane, and so he comes through around the final corner. I mean, he's been hit so many times this race, definitely be one to forget, that is for sure. So across the line in 14th, and Bottas just crossed the last car to finish in 50th position. So the race is over. So there we go. I'd say that was quite a good race. I have to say. What did you think about that one?
Yeah, I definitely think it was a good one too. Yeah.
Indeed. So that is the race over. As I just realised Perez is missing his rear wing, so he's been hit, I think, on the cooldown. And oh wow, gets hit by Rodrigo Gomez there on the warm down on the cooldown there. So bit of dirty driving there. I think obviously unhappy that he didn't get past him there. So there we are. I mean, it took me a while to notice at first because I was wondering why they were going back looking at those cars. But there we are. The full race results on your screen. Race done in 1 hour and 12 minutes. So look at the rest of the order. So it was 6 seconds in the end. If I was into Gomez, I mean, I reckon if I was into picked maybe a lap or two earlier, or 2 or 3 laps earlier, it could have been closer at the end, I think. But nonetheless, he'll still take 9 points. So there we are. So we look through the rest of the order. Fitzwarden 11th, so he doesn't finish his favourite position of 9th. So obviously Viggo Holst finishing a lap down. It was a nightmare for him. 16 cars finishing, which is normally we have more cars finishing than that. We've had 6 cars not finishing, which is quite a lot for DTM. Normally, most of the cars do finish the race. So fastest lap was, as you correctly thought, was Jack Boyman. So
That's pretty close though. Only 12 thousandths.
12 thousandths, yeah. So there we are. That was DTM here in Spain. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks to Aaron for helping commentate with me. We'll see you for the next round, the first ever OC race at Misano. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you there.